Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel BethChatsBooks. Now today's video is going to be my Merrywood Easter Seals Spotlight video and I'm super excited to get this video out. I have such a soft spot for this camp. I first went to the camp last summer and it's had a real impact on me and I really think it deserves more recognition for what it does. So I thought that this video would be a great chance for Merrywood to get a little bit of acknowledgement for all the amazing things it does. So I'm going to cut this video up into little mini sections so that you can get the most out of this video. So first I'm going to kind of introduce the camp, then I'm going to go through some of the disabilities that people that go to the camp have, then I'm going to do a little bit of a day in the life of Merrywood, kind of what you get up to from when you get up till you go to bed at night. And then I'm going to talk to you about some of the new charity work and the sponsorship that goes on to keep Merrywood afloat, and to let you guys know about some of the new charity work that's going on this very summer that you can get involved in and help sponsor if you want to. So, without further ado, we're going to go straight into this video. Now, if I keep looking down, it's because I've got some detailed notes about the camp so that I give you factual information that's correct. So if I keep looking down, it's just purposely for notes. So, Easter Seals opened in 1948. Its location is on the Big Rideau Lake and it's 30 acres in between Perth and Smith Falls in eastern Ontario. It first began as a summer camp for kids with polio, and when it first opened 6 kids went to that summer camp. Now obviously a lot more kids go to the camp and thoroughly enjoy it, and it's no longer for kids with polio, it's for physically disabled children. Alongside Camp Merrywood, Easter Seals also has a sister camp called Camp Wood Eden, and that is located in London in Ontario, and it also caters for physically disabled children. It has a similar layout to Easter Seals, apart from there's more outdoor activities and no water activities, whereas Easter Seals does have water activities. So the kind of kids that come to the camp typically have one of these 3 physical disabilities. They can and they do have different physical disabilities, but these are the 3 main physical disabilities that we encounter in the camp. Now the first one of these is cerebral palsy. Now cerebral palsy affects the movement and coordination in children and also in adults. This is caused by a problem with the brain that occurs before, during or just after birth. And the symptoms of cerebral palsy are shaky or jerky movements, weak arms, stiffness and uncontrolled movements. Now depending on the kind of cerebral palsy you have, you might have more mobility than others, but we have a range of people with cerebral palsy that go to the camp that have different abilities. As a member of staff of Merrywood, you learn to adapt to each individual person's ability very quickly on, and you ask them what they can and cannot do. And then the second condition is muscular dystrophy. Now this is a genetic condition that causes muscles to weaken. It's also a progressive condition. And then the third condition is spina bifida, and this is where when a baby is in the womb, the spine and the spinal cord do not connect together. There isn't many explanations for why this happens, but it affects the physical body after they've been born. It causes bowel or urinary incontinence, a loss of skin sensation in the legs and the bottom, and where they can't feel cold or hot, and a weakness or paralysis of the legs. These are the 3 main conditions that we encounter in the camp, but there's other conditions that we encounter as well. I'm going to link all of the UK national websites for these conditions, including the NHS websites and some other websites, so you can find out way more information about these conditions if you require it than the small information that I could give you. Just a quick PS, Barbara Gray is the camp director of Merrywood, and I will link her email down below, and I've forgotten the name of the director of Camp Wood Eden, but I'll also link her email down below, so that if you're Canadian and you're interested in even volunteering, you don't have to necessarily apply for a job there, that you can email her with your availabilities for next summer, and also if you're interested in Wood Eden that you can do the same. Also if you're interested in a job maybe from outside of the UK but you've previously worked through a company like NiQuest, or you're not interested in going through the NiQuest process and you want to go directly to the camp directors, then I'll link all their information down below so you can just get started and start planning for your summer next year. But now I'm going to move on to the different sessions that we offer at Camp Merrywood. So when you first get there in the summer, it usually runs the camp from June all the way to the end of August. And those 3 sessions are usually 10-day sessions, and then the members of staff get 2 days off in between. Now the 10 days are called the regular camp, and that's where people who have cerebral palsy, muscular dystrophy and spina bifida usually come, and these campers will be aged from between 8 to 25. While they're in your care for those 10 days, they do all the standard water and sports activities. They get involved in camp life, campfires, dress-up evening activities, and this is called the regular camp. After those 3 sessions, so the end of July to between early August, you then have a kind of mishmash camp for 5 days. So this includes adventure camp, which are, I think, aged between 5 and 8, potentially maybe a little bit older, and these are kind of the little kids who come to adventure camp, and they do their own separate activities for those 5 days. You have sports camp, where children who have muscular dystrophy, spina bifida and cerebral palsy can get involved in sports activities. So they do swimming and other physical activities with the sports and games programme at Merrywood, and they do lots of activities to try and do sports day event at the end of those 5 days, which they get medals and a big ceremony for. And then after that we have family camp, which is when usually one of the children who's under the threshold to go to Merrywood but has a physical disability comes with their family for 5 days to experience what the summer camp experience will be like, and to allow the parents to figure out whether they would like to take their children in the future to Easter Seals. After family camp, the summer is officially done and we start to prepare for the end of summer. So that's the kind of different camp experiences. I don't know if Wood Eden does slightly different sessions, but if you came for a summer, that's what you would expect. And then now I'm going to go on to a day in the life of the camp. So in the mornings, the staff will get up at 6:30 and they will go into a cabin. There are 6 cabins. 2 are animals, 2 are leaves and 2 are birds. And there are 12 campers in each cabin. So you'll go in the morning with your other members of staff and you'll wake them up, get them dressed, showered, potentially if they need a shower that day, changed, dressed and into their wheelchairs, and then they get to flagpole for 7 o'clock. There they sing the national anthem, and there's a couple of chants that each cabin sings for their house cabin. And then we go in for breakfast. Then for the rest of the day, the campers will have 3 set activities depending on whether they want to do land activities or water activities. The activities they can do range from canoeing, kayaking, sailing, arts and crafts, music and drama, sports and games, and swimming. And then after those 3 sessions, they have their evening meal. After that, there's usually an evening programme. So the programmers, the people who are in charge of running the sports and games or the canoe and kayak, they will all dress up and do a themed activity. Then they will all head down to campfire where we sing camp songs, and there'll be another dressed up activity. Then they have their evening snack, and then the staff prepare them for bed. So that's how a standard day runs. There might be slightly different things going on if it's a theme day. Once every session there's a themed day where all the staff involved have to dress up as a certain theme, and the whole day runs on that theme, and activities are spread out throughout each programme relative to that theme. So there might be slightly different days, but that's a standard Merrywood camp day. And then before I finish this video, I'm just going to talk about some charity and sponsorship work. So Amanda St Dennis, who is a very loyal member of Merrywood, she's been a staff member for almost 9 years, maybe this is her 9th summer, her 8th or 9th definitely, and she's been thoroughly involved with it for many years. She's involved in a sponsorship scheme this year where she is planning to climb the face of a building, harnessed, and it's all very safe, to raise money for Easter Seals Camp Merrywood. Now Easter Seals depends fundamentally on sponsorship, donations and the beneficial help of the local Rotary clubs, who donate a lot of money to help the camp keep going. But ultimately it's the responsibility of the public with charity donations to help this camp keep going. A lot of parents cannot afford to take their disabled children to this camp because it is quite expensive to take them to this camp or any other disabled camp. So every year Easter Seals does some kind of fundraising so that a couple of children each year can have their experience paid for, so that their families can allow them to come to camp. So it's really important for this camp that people keep donating to keep this camp going. So Amanda has kindly got involved in this charity, and I will link her fundraising page down below. It would be amazing if you could sponsor anything, no matter how small. That'd be really beneficial. I'm personally donating as well because I feel very strongly that this camp needs to keep going. I believe Wood Eden also does very similar charity stuff, and I'll link both Merrywood and Wood Eden's page down below so that you can see what's going on. I'm sure that you can donate online to the camp if you don't live in Canada, but if you live in Canada and you're near Perth or Smith Falls at any point, keep a lookout. They have a Facebook page. Keep a lookout for when there's any fundraising or anything like that, because this camp really needs your help to keep going, and it's such an amazing cause. So I highly recommend people who are interested in summer camp but have been put off by the idea of a physically disabled camp to not be put off. It seems daunting, but the camp will give you adequate training. You do not need to be trained or have any qualifications or with working with any disabilities before. They just need your help. They rely on people like me and people through NIQuest services to end up help working at this camp. They just want people who are enthusiastic, who are caring for other people, who have a lot of patience, who just want to help. And you will come away with friends for life. You'll come away feeling enlightened. It's such a great experience to just make somebody else's summer. It's a great cause, and you'll have a great summer and the children will have a great summer, so please don't be put off by the fact that they're physically disabled. It's exactly the same as any other summer camp. It just has a little bit of extra sparkle and something special about it. So I highly recommend Merrywood summer camp. So I'll link everything down below that I possibly can. Please go check this camp out. You will not be disappointed. So that's all I really wanted to say for this video today. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I really hope you're going to go check out Merrywood. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys very shortly. Bye.